Now, before the video starts, first off, I would like to acknowledge the support I've gotten for the past week, bro. We gained 12 subscribers, bro. It's crazy. 162 subscribers as of the recording of this video. And other than the support I'm getting on this, I would like to also say that I know in these videos, especially, it seems like I'm more nonchalant or maybe do not care about what I'm doing, but it's just the way it comes off. I am very much excited about this. I do have to read a script just to remember exactly what I'm talking about in the video, such as these. So just bear with me. If I do sound boring or whatnot, hey, tell me in the comments. I'll make it up. I gotta come with the heat, as I've seen what y'all like, bro. I seen what y'all doing about the video, bro. I got to. But enjoy the rest of the video. Peace. Wait, actually, I said that wrong. Play my
I've been drinking too much, I'ma throw up. If you love me, then I gotta know. I've been counting this guap for sure. It's a Benjamin overdose. Okay, my niggas, they trained to go. Okay, they tryna go toe for toe. I think about you and my brain will blow. I kept it real, what you changing for? I don't know about you.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the iCarly Show. Where in this episode, we're gonna not just playing on. I was gonna see how long I was gonna do that. Welcome back to another video. It's Sacred Content again. Episode 2, canon episode 2 of Sacred Content. Now, in this video, I will dive deeper into Aki. But before the video starts, I would like to commend the support I have gotten on the recent video, the last video of Sacred Content, first canon episode. I hope to intrigue more with this series of mine. And I realized something that I didn't cover last video, and that was the functionalities of Aki, which is one of the main 3 topics I will get into today. To start off, Aki can be utilized in combat in a variety of ways. Now, the diverse set of functions originates from the soul techniques. As stated in the previous video, Aki can be mastered through the soul techniques. I hinted at soul techniques being the benefactors of the creative functions Aki can produce, but now I will explain exactly how. Within the universe of sacred punishment, there are 3 soul techniques that generate a certain task with the usage of Aki. These 3 techniques are Sen, Ryoku, and Tai. In English, the kanjis link to the words manifest, administrate, and inverse, with each kanji's meaning correlating to the words through synonyms. Sen, or manifest, is the basic step in using Aki, with the means of bringing forth one's Aki to physical existence. The fundamental abilities Sen introduces to one are aura manifestation, presence generation, Aki restoration, protective aura, and amplification. Ryoku, or administrate, is the stage of controlling Aki, authorizing specific and desired applications of it. The fundamental abilities Ryoku introduces to a user are power output, Aki control, Aki hub access, nullification, and redirection. Tai, or inverse, is the stage of control opposition of Aki, the point of creating a divide between controlling and displaying Aki altogether. This technique proves throughout the story to be a very difficult technique to master or even utilize as a whole. The basic functionality of the soul techniques is completely override by this one technique that allows one far more powerful abilities than that of the other techniques alone. Tai's fundamental abilities are healing, contracts, and soul links. Even though these abilities are far more troublesome to execute than others, they prove to be very grand, even in an incomplete stage, as seen in a fight close to the end of the crucifixion arc. Even with the techniques proving to be very versatile in combat, there are ways to improve their potency and potential. One way is through combining soul techniques together with one another or with other abilities within the universe. The combination of soul techniques are called soul weaves, with 2 variants of this combination. Soul weaves are placed into one of two categories, one being a pure soul weave and two being a compound soul weave. Now, one thing that I would like to speak on that I did not in the video is the fact that when performing a soul weave, the order in which the techniques are placed in does matter. An example would be placing manifest before administrate, or vice versa. It does correlate to the ability you use, so keep that in mind. Pure soul weave consists of applications of only soul technique, while a compound soul weave consists of applications of a soul technique and any other ability within the universe. Now, to decipher what this means exactly, compound soul weaves incorporates any application of a soul technique and distributes the application equally with another ability such as any six ability or Seiri ability. Now, I do say distribution because of the way Aki flows within the body. Since the spirit, mind, and body are unified, the distribution of Aki is not organized, which is where technological and physical modifications come into play. Modifications such as the flaming star sequence and veil scrolls were created to organize the flow of Aki chords into their correct nodes for more efficient Aki utilization. But to change topics and dive into the different categories of Aki, I would like to start with Seiri. From Japanese, Seiri roughly translates the elementals or something close to it. If you could tell, Seiri is the Aki that manipulates, creates, and combines the elements of the world. However, there is a catch to it, and this catch is through the words themselves. Unlike popular manga where the user can throw fireballs or shoot ki waves at their opponent, I chose a different approach, an approach that gives a variety of exploitation of the elements. Similar to how Fullmetal Alchemist does it, one can manipulate the surrounding areas to their will, and with Seiri being connected to elements, I gave another incorporation of pop culture to the ability. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, in order for both works to be incorporated, I combine aspects from the two. With the fundamental or basic uses of Seiri, one can manipulate the surrounding areas in which their power allows them to. Let's say I can manipulate water in nature. In combat, I am capable of absorbing the humidity from the air around me and attacking my enemy. Or I can place my hand against a wall and manipulate it, altering it from its original construct, similar to how Edward uses his alchemy. But let's say I know I can advance my power into more unique and efficient ways. I will be able to evolve my Seiri to a level where I can create the elements within the palm of my hand. This would be called a cambiar, Spanish for switch. Now, there are many different evolved forms my Seiri can take depending on the element or elements I can manipulate. So in order to compensate for that, cambiar can be achieved twice. The first cambiar stage only grants one the ability to create elements, but the second cambiar will allow for more potent uses, such as combining multiple elements or even utilizing multiple elements at once. Now, you may be scratching your head in confusion, as it may be very complex to understand or that it seems overwhelming for one to have such power. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, elaborating on 6 is very complex and seemingly more overwhelming than Seiri. 6 or 6 Aki is the manipulation of the senses. Now, in simple, less complex power systems, 6 may seem to only enhance one's senses, but that is far from the whole truth in Sacred Punishment. 6 can manipulate, alter, or distort one's senses to the point of altering their perception of the universe itself. With abilities such as Almighty, or God's Tongue, or Attraction and Repulsion, 6 can be very versatile. Now, why I created such a complex and very overpowered ability? The world may never know. But because of its tremendously overwhelming power, it has definitive drawbacks. Drawbacks that render the use of Aki no more. But enough said about 6. You'll have to read the manga to fully understand the potential and true functions of 6. This last type of Aki is impossible to obtain through normal means. One is either born with it or bestowed the power by one who has possessed it at birth. This power is none other than Trinity, the Aki that derives the name itself from the Holy Trinity of Christianity. Trinity is the embodiment of the supreme deity of the universes, a small bit of power the deity granted to the beings within the universe. A small percentage though. Trinity allows one to access abilities such as absolute spirituality or negation of all power if used correctly. Now when I say complete negation, I mean it. But this is not a spammy ability that one could continue to use throughout a fight. Rather, it is an ability that presents itself at the direst of times. It is one of those powers that, with the sheer willpower to conquer any obstacle, can be used. I feel as though you would need to read Sacred Punishment to understand the true power of it. Same goes for 6, so further clarification will not be needed. But to acknowledge one more crucial part of my power system, I must talk about Mania. Now, Mania is similar to Madness from Soul Eater in the sense that it thrives from the negative thoughts and emotions, but there's more. Mania, unlike Aki, is the negative life energy within one, or to put it bluntly, dying energy. As reverse cursed energy is the cursed energy that stems from negative emotions, Mania gives likeness to it as well. Since it is the opposite of Aki, you can define it as the unstableness of the spirit, mind, and body. This energy is awakened when one's sanity has diminished into a completely unorthodox state, a mindset that is completely opposite from the user's usual one. As one's sanity drops, the mind tends to fall into hallucinations and a world of fear. To counter fear, one always has a happy place that blocks this fear from getting in. In this happy place, the imagination runs wild as it comes up with many ways to cope. Since the universe of Sacred Punishment carries supernatural abilities already, the imagination of an insane person just so happens to create its own abilities. These abilities are crowned the title of testaments. In the definition of the word itself, a testament is a person's will. With that being said, a person's will can thrive off their imagination, which is why the word and the functions of the power synergize so well, or at least to me. Unlike Aki abilities, testaments continue to chip away at one's sanity until there's no more of said person. Because of the toll testament usage presents, many users of testaments cut back on the amount of utilization they take. Within the field of testaments, there is only but one guideline that separates individual testaments. The guideline is a category system that gives an implementation of the character's overall psyche. The categories are sacred and damned, and they are simple to distinguish each testament and the character's personality. One with the sacred testament implements that they had their sanity depleted, but because of the character's purity of heart, there was a holy presence to bestow its blessings onto said character, and vice versa for damned. And as always, we've reached the conclusion of the video. I hope there is nothing but greatness for all in the world, and whoever stayed to the end of the video, I thank you for your patience and support of the video. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not be anxious in this way. It leads only to evil. And until next time, my fellow brothers and sisters.
Shawty, build me up and break me. It don't really